Hey everyone, it's Spurs Rail 96 here, hope you're doing well. Welcome to another Train Sim World live stream. For today's stream, we'll be carrying on from the East Coastway route set in Brighton. We're going to do the London Commuter, which connects Brighton up to the capital as well as Gatwick Airport. So let's get into the journey mode and have some fun. Electro star of the show. The jet set. What about the 377-4? Let's see. Okay, that's all done and dusted. That's done and dusted as well. 377. And what's this one? Bag of all sorts. Let's do this one, I think. The Southern Service from London Victoria to Reigate. So let's do that. Let's start that one. As always, I have a cup of tea. Okay, this is a 4-coach 377. Is it in the morning or the afternoon? Oh, nearly derailed there for some reason. It's a 8:37 service. Okie doke. Turn on the motion blur. Unlock the doors. Get the PIS up and running. Yep, selected Reigate. Daytime running. And we will have the vigilance on, DSD, as well as AWS. Okay. I'm just going to be very careful with this free cam in Victoria because otherwise the game will crash. But yeah, this is the class 377 dash, well it's 4, but it's now apparently it says -1, which isn't right. So yeah, it's returned from East Coastway. I don't think there's any major differences. Maybe the horn is a bit different. The PIS displays, like the graphics of them, they look a little bit cleaner. And how many trains have we got currently at Victoria? Southeastern trains, I think there's 4 of them. And then the rest are all southeastern. Nine trains, southern trains currently at Victoria. Hey Ben, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Right, let's get in the cab. So yeah, the London Commuter came out, I think it was meant to come out in the summer of 2021. But that was delayed by I think a couple of months, and it didn't launch until like the back end of October. I think it was the last of the like rush hour routes that Dovetail wanted to release in the summer. First was Boston Sprinter, then it was Navurka Dresden, and after that it was this route here. Okay. Let's go to the first station stop, which is Clapham Junction. We will not be stopping at Battersea Park. I think it's going to be pouring down with rain, so I've no idea what time of year this is at either. Oh no, it is pouring with rain. I thought it was dry for a second, blue sky. I was like, hooray! So as we trundle down there, where my cursor is, are the southeastern platforms. If you have the 375-9 and the 465-9, that is AI going in and out of London Victoria. Great place to rail fan, by the way, if you're into that kind of thing. And there's Battersea power station in the distance. This was at the time when it was undergoing its huge transformation and to turn it into very expensive housing and I think a shopping centre as well. I haven't been in the redeveloped area of Battersea, but I think you can actually go on some tours of the power station itself, even though it's it's been pretty much cannibalised and is nothing like its former glory. But I think you can go into like one of the control rooms of the power station, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, some of the southeastern trains would go off in this direction. Well, that's pretty much where all of them go. And underneath us, we've got a Queenstown Road station. I think that's for the overground. I think to get to is it London Bridge? I'm not entirely sure. There used to be a South London line that did services between Victoria and London Bridge. They don't do that anymore, as far as I'm aware. The Southern, I think, do those services. I think London Overground used to, but I don't think they don't anymore. Would be cool to have the South London network added to the Brighton main line. Granted, it would absolutely obliterate the stable-ish performance of London Commuter. I mean, it's got 1,400 services running on it. I'm quite impressed that the frame rate is, not too choppy. It would be cool to have, obviously, the Thameslink services running from Brighton to East Croydon, but there's just no room. There's just no room on the timetable, and plus I don't think the game can actually cope with that many trains. I think it would need like an extra 200 services, I think, for the Thameslink. For Thameslink, and I think this route is already pushing the various platforms to breaking point, so yeah, never mind. But Clapham Junction is straight ahead. Hey Nathan, hope you're well. Welcome. I'll look at the chat in a second, I just need to concentrate here. So you got 377s and 387s. It's a very windy day by the sound of it. A windy morning in good old London town. Just trying to find the stopping board. I think it's right at the end of the platform. Okay, welcome to Clapham Junction. The Southern trains and Gatwick Expresses converge at one of the busiest rail stations, not just in London but in the UK. I don't know if it's reclaimed its status as being the busiest rail station in the country after the pandemic. But all these platforms over here, totally empty and abandoned in Train Sim World. You would get the overground as well, trundling through Clapham Junction, but that's not to be the case in Train Sim World. Hey Sophie, hope you're well. I'm okay, thank you. Had a haircut today, so I'm very happy. Nathan, do you know the new Japanese route coming to Train Sim World? Well, I know it's coming. There's not much information regarding that. Union Workshop, who's the developer behind the route, is just continuing to produce the route, really. Scenery, scenarios, services, tutorials, the rolling stock, the railway infrastructure. Because, we've never had anything from Japan, let alone Asia, in Train Sim World. So, it takes a bit of time for the developer to understand the mechanics of it, the railway how the railways work in Japan, particularly on a very scenic branch line like the, is it the Tazawa? Is that what it's called? Well, I'm going to butcher it, I think. Is it the Taidami line? Is that what it's called? I don't think the full line is being reproduced in Train Sim World. I think it's just part of it. Will I get it? Probably not. If it was my choice of a first Japanese route in Train Sim World, 1,000,000% it will be the Tokaido Shinkansen. Arguably one of Japan's biggest engineering achievements in their history was the Tokaido Shinkansen. Running trains, what was it, from Tokyo to Osaka, and half journey times. And in the 1960s, I think the speeds were roughly 134 miles per hour, which isn't too grand on the scale of things in today's world, but back then it was revolutionary. And only one or two rail lines in this country exceed 135 miles per hour. That's High Speed 1 to the Channel Tunnel, and the soon to be completed, if it gets completed, High Speed 2 from London Euston to Birmingham. The next station stop is East Croydon, so we're bypassing a fair few stations in the London area. And the station is just under 6.5 miles away. Sophie, have you got tea and biscuits? I have indeed. Nathan, oh, you like the E5s? They're not too bad. Patty Epstein, hey, how are you? Are we going to have the roadmap this week? We are at the start of a new week, aren't we? Yes. We are having a new roadmap. I believe it is this week. It was meant to be last week, but I think the Dovetail team are having a week off, rightly so. Got to have a break now and again, right? From their work duties. So I think the roadmap will be broadcasted on their channels, and as well as it will be available on the website. I think at the back end of this week, like a Thursday, maybe, or maybe even tomorrow, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Very keen to see what progress, if any progress, has been made on the various projects by Dovetail and their third-party developers. Zenith Simulation, that's a cool name, Zenith. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Welcome. Just doing some passenger services today on the London Commuter. And boy, oh boy, does it need an overhaul in terms of lighting. I forgot how crap the lighting is in not just on this route, but the older trade symbol routes that haven't been remastered. I think it would be quite difficult though if this route was to get a remaster, because I think you would have to strip away some of the timetable services to make it all fit in and work properly, you know, without the route crashing every 5 minutes. It's just trying to get that balance, isn't it? Do you want a good looking route, or do you want a busy route that runs well? I think dynamic weather works with the Trade Sim World old weather system. I think it does. I mean, it's typical British weather today. I mean, it poured down with rain just as I did the recycling, even though the sky was blue and there was just one or two little evil-looking clouds in the sky. There you go. There you go. We've got just under 3 miles to go to East Croydon. Patchy, do you know what is coming out this month? No idea. Your guesses are as good as mine. There'll be something, though. That's guaranteed. When was the last route? The route from the Netherlands, right? When did that come out? Oh no, it's not. It was the Frankfurt S-Bahn from Germany. That was in May. Yeah, that was in May. I have to confess, London Commuter is not my favourite route. It may be the busiest timetable in the game. The route, scenery-wise, isn't brilliant. The stations are, accurate to their real-life counterparts, and same goes for the trains you operate and see. But the distance scenery could do with a bit, could do a bit better. Oh, we got a red signal. What are we coming up to? Is this Selhurst? Or is this, it is Selhurst, yeah. Station's not too far from the FA Cup, or recent FA Cup winners, Crystal Palace. Even though I'm a Tottenham fan, I must say I was quite chuffed to bits to see Crystal Palace win first cup at Wembley. I presume that train on the left gets priority into East Croydon, so we'll just have to wait until we've been given clearance to proceed. William Tucker, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Sophie, Oh, the pacer for us, for the Cardiff City network, isn't it? That personally doesn't interest me. When it comes to loco add-ons, I'm only interested in new, proper, brand spanking new loco add-ons built from the ground up that we've never seen before. Loco add-ons that we already have, you know, and it's just a different variant or a different livery or, you know, slight changes and modifications. That doesn't interest me. I'm not saying that the pacer made by Just Trains is going to be crap. I mean, it's not. It's probably going to be very, very good. Because he made the pacer from the ground up for Blackpool branches. But I know, Sophie, you like the Cardiff City network. About to say Commuter. It's not called that. Really struggling to get up this steep incline here. I've only got a 4-coach train. We got a red signal coming up anyway, I think, unless it changes green. Already running late as it is. And I left on time as well. Never easy, never easy. Okay, I've been given clearance into the station. Good. Lee Grant, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Nathan, oh no, it's just a separate DLC, the pacer for the Cardiff City network. Would be lovely if it was free. Can't have free things in this world. We used to. Nathan, E3 and E8 are the trains for the Shinkansen series, yes. I wouldn't know which era if the Tokaido Shinkansen was to be reproduced in Train Sim World, what era it should represent. I'm not bothered really. I quite like to see an up-to-date, modern day version or a variant of it when it first opened in 1964. No, I can't see the stopping points. I'm just looking at the numbers on the top left. How many yards we've got left. I think that'll do. Let's unlock the doors here at East Croydon. You would have the trams running underneath and that connect to East Croydon. Here you got the station exterior. Whoa, blimey, that's that's the roads, is it, around East Croydon? Blimey, they need to be sorted out. Got the National Rail, British Rail symbols on the station exterior. Can I go around? Yes, I can. And there's the station exterior. At least this patch of road don't look too bad. Now where's my train? That's not my train. That's not my train. This one's my train. horn is not very responsive today. The next station stop is Purley. It's just under 3 miles away. I'll have a sip of me tea, I think, whilst I'm at it. Oh, lovely. Sophie played one of your favourite routes earlier, Isle of Wight 2022. Yeah, that is a good little route. It's arguably Horrific Games' best route to date. Mainly because the scenery actually is decent. I'll have to get on that route again. Can't remember if I've downloaded it or not. Much better than the original Isle of Wight. No doubt about that. Lee Grant, hey, how are you? If I've not said hello already. Sophie, not so much the network, but... Oh, I see. I see, Sophie. You're intimate with sprinters. There's a 465 we just went past, and I'm going hideously fast, which will get me on the, which will get me sacked on the spot. Sophie, you put 153 instead of a 44. You have to do a hell of a job painting the 153 in the Isle of Wight. Was it southeastern colours? Not southeast, southwestern railway. Never been to the Isle of Wight. Anyone been to the Isle of Wight before? I've been past the Isle of Wight on a cruise ship out of Southampton. That's as close as I've got. Quite interesting to compare the Isle of Wight to what was it? I went years ago. I think I was on a school trip. It was to Cornwall, and I went to the what was it called? The Isles of Scilly, and I went by. I didn't go by helicopter because I don't like helicopters. I went on the little ferry that goes back and forth from the mainland to one of the islands, because the Isles of Scilly is a cluster of islands, and I think we went on the main island. I can't remember actually what it's called, but yeah, I mean, it kind of makes me think maybe the Isle of Wight is similar to the Isles of Scilly in some way, you know, maybe similar size, similar population, infrastructure. One thing the Isles of Scilly doesn't have is obviously a railway and hovercraft services, or unless the hovercraft services have now gone. I think they've gone on, disappeared from the Isle of Wight. I might be wrong though. But of course, what the Isles of Scilly does have is more islands in the area, helicopters, and a ferry service. Here we are at Purley. Still pouring down with rain, despite not a cloud in the sky. Down there will be the lines to, well, this line in particular goes underneath us and then links up with Reedham. Then it will carry on to Colston Town and Colston South. Interestingly, the stations have been modelled in the game, but you can't actually operate any services at those stations. You can't even what do you call it? Route hop to those stations, which is interesting decision. William took the we took the Heathrow Express home this evening. Oh, what train type are they? They are part of the Electrostar family of trains. Basically, how do I put it? Take this train, paint it in Gatwick Express colours, make some slight modifications to the interior, make it kind of suitable for airport services. Hey presto, I think. Oh yeah, I think it has different operating modes. With this, it's only powered by the DC third rail. With the 387s, you can quote me if I'm wrong or not. I think it has the option to be operated via the third rail and by overhead electric wires. I think. I've never used the Gatwick Express service. I never have. I mean, my mum did use the train from Reading to Gatwick Airport last year for a holiday, but she used the GWR service to Gatwick. I'm not much of a flying person. My biggest fear is heights. The next station is Colston South. Okay, here's the next station stop. We're going to slow down in time. I think we might be over speeding it. Let's put on the emergencies. Whoa, brake, 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 brake. Sophie, unique about the island, Laura. Oh, they still use semaphore signals. I thought they would have changed them to more modern signalling systems. Considering the line was, I think it was extensively upgraded. The platforms were upgraded, for better accessibility, and also to compensate the arrival of the 484s, which were formerly London Underground. Was it D-stock trains, I think? God, I miss those London Underground trains, man. I like the D-stock and the C-stock trains. They look newer than the 72 stock that's trundling around on the Bakerloo line still. The next stop is Merstham, or Merstham, I don't know how you say it correctly. Either way, the station is 3.5 miles away. William, 10 points to you. Seemed a lot better cared for on the interior, at least. I imagine it's a lot more comfortable, you know, the seats and so on and so forth, than what I've previously experienced. I mean, I have to put up with the stupid ironing board seats on not only the Class 800s, GWR operate, but the Elizabeth line rolling stock. I find those seats to be horrendously uncomfortable, and the fact as well it has little to no places to charge phones, and it has no toilets either. The 387 has those amenities, has less space, and I think maybe less seats. I'm not sure on that one, but I think it's much more comfortable. I think. Than the Elizabeth line trains. H. Collins 554. Hey, how are you? Are we here talking about trains? We are. The stream is about trains. You are new here. Welcome. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the madhouse. Nah, but jokes aside, I hope you're well, Colin. If you'd enjoyed the stream up to this point, feel free to hit the thumbs up button below. And if you are watching for the first time, I'd appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Oh, we're coming in way too hot. Oh well. We didn't stop in the right place, but we stopped at the platform. Or on the platform. Where's this train come from? It's going to Victoria from somewhere. It's a 4-coach train, so it might be from Reigate? No, it might have come from where is it? Preston Park, Haywards Heath, maybe, possibly. I'm not too sure. Let's have a little peek, shall we? Excuse my controller, it's having a play. It is indeed a service from Reigate. Let's lock the doors and depart the station. The next station stop is Red Hill. It's just over 1.5 miles away. Thank you, Collins. Appreciate the subscription. Appreciate it. Lee Grant, all I got in GSW5 is the... Well, nothing wrong with that. West Coast Main Line, the Goblin Line, and the North London Line. 3 fairly decent routes. I mean, the West Coast Main Line South wasn't at the beginning of its life cycle. It's in a much better state now. In terms of the next stream, that will take place next Monday on the 16th of June 2025. Just get down the speed a bit here. And the next route we're going to be taking a look at will be Southeastern High Speed, one of my favourite modern UK routes in Train Sim World. Frame rate struggling a bit round Red Hill, which is a surprise. Struggling a lot. I think it's lower frame rates than at London Victoria, surprisingly. Whoa, brake. Okay, welcome to Reedham. The GWR service from Reading comes into play from here. It stops at Red Hill and then heads down to Gatwick. You've got a service here going to Tonbridge at 9:25. Interesting, I've noticed that the station... what is it? This bit of track here, is this a bay platform? It is. Well, I never knew that. Thought it just linked onto the main line. Obviously it doesn't. That intrigues me. Where does this go? Where does that train go to then? It's going to Tunbridge. How far will it get? Unless it goes out of the map, which is a possibility. Otherwise that's the type of passenger service I have not operated in my time playing this route. There's an AI train. Okay, that's why. So it would go off the map. In fact, there's a train right now coming in to Red Hill. I'll lock the doors now. Lee Grant, it's on Xbox Series X. I will get more. Good. I would say the more the merrier, but you know I don't represent Dovetail, so I'm only saying more the merrier because there are some decent routes in Trade Sim World and Loco add-ons. The next and the final stop is Reigate. Let's have a look, get a heads up what's going on at Reigate. There's a GWR service going to Reading. It's just left. Put my cursor there, so we've got services going to Red Hill, Gatwick, and on the other platform I can get my cursor on there. It ranges from Reigate, obviously it terminates London Victoria and Reading. Speed limits will increase to 70 miles per hour, albeit for a very short period of time. Collins 395 Javelin, that is correct. That is one of the trains I'll be using on the next stream. I like the 395 Javelin. In some ways I wish I lived on the or live near a station where the high-speed Javelins run around. Make it so much easier to get to London. You know, you travel at speeds of, well, if you're at Ashford, for example, and you want to go to St Pancras International, you'll be flying at speeds of 150 odd miles per hour. Obviously, there's the, you know, it takes the conventional lines as well, you know, to Faversham, what is it? Where else? Can't remember where else it goes. To the coast somewhere. I think it's Dover, isn't it? It goes to, if I'm not mistaken. Whereas with the GWR trains and the Elizabeth line, obviously you're going at considerably less speeds than 150 miles per hour. It's probably quicker to get from Ashford to Stratford International than it takes to get from Reading to London Paddington. Okay, here we are at Reigate, end of the line. Here's the GWR service bound for Red Hill. Diesel and electric. I do like the turbos, I must admit. Arguably, I find going on a turbo, like you know, to Basingstoke or something, more comfortable and convenient than the 800 trains, you know, the Class 800s, Intercity Express trains, or whatever they're called this week. But there we are, we completed the service from London Victoria to Reigate, stopping at Clapham Junction, East Croydon, Purley, Coulston South, Merstham, Red Hill, and of course terminated at Reigate. Right, I think we will do a service in the South London area, I think, and then I think we'll do a Gatwick Express service from the airport to Brighton. I think that's fair. Lee Grant, when do you think Train Sim Mod 6 will come out? Hopefully never, but I fear it will come out at the back end of summer / maybe the beginning of autumn. Depends how ahead they are with their preparations for it, I suppose. It's been a bit hit and miss. One minute it launches in September, next minute it doesn't. It launches in October. I just wish they never release numbered versions of the same game year after year after year. We should be just one, standard game, and then just, release millions and millions of DLCs. So we don't have to keep, deleting games and then reinstalling them all over again, and then plus having to pay, the base game again and again and again. It gets annoying. Okay, what shall we do? There's plenty to choose from. There's no doubt about that. We've got Purley and East Croydon, Selhurst to London Victoria. Let me just check. Oh God, don't want to go Brighton. That's Ardingly, Haywards Heath, Reigate, Merstham, Coulston, South Burley, South Croydon. South Croydon, you hardly stop at South Croydon. There's East Croydon and then Selhurst all of the way. Okay. Let's see if we can find a service that stops at South Croydon. Going to be difficult though. 3 bridges to London Victoria. There's one that goes from Sutton, ups and downs, Reigate again. That's Horsham to Victoria, nice little short one. Balham to London Victoria. What's that one? East Grinstead. Where does that go from? East Croydon. No, it misses it out just about. Let's see if we can do Grinstead or something. This should be okay. Have it in pristine conditions and off we go. Hopefully it stops at all the stations that we didn't stop at on this part of the route. Okay. Eight coach train this time, 2 sets of 4 connected together. Daytime running. Passenger information screen. There we go. Victoria. And DSD. AWS. And Vigilance. I think it does stop at all the remaining stations. No, it doesn't. Ugh! That's frustrating. I don't want to do that. I wish it comes up with a list of stops before you, enter a passenger service. It would be very nice. Would be handy. Would be handy. Try again. We'll go from Selhurst this time. That one there, that'll do. Okay. This has come from Sutton. Another 8 coach train again. Up I get again. We need Vigilance. Ooh, come back here. DSD there. Fiddly, fiddly. Yeah, I did DSD. I want the other one. Okay, here we are at Selhurst. You have the depot just down there, where you can do empty stock moves. Okay, time to depart. Let's lock the doors. I think there's a train that's about to pass us on the left. I heard one coming. I can't see it yet. Maybe it's just me, maybe it wasn't. Oh no, there he is. It's about to overtake us. It's another southern train. Here we are. First station stop, Fulton Heath. Stop here. Okay, welcome to Fulton Heath. Long platforms here at Fulton Heath. Very local industry at work there by the sounds of it. These platforms don't have any services stopping at them in the game. None whatsoever. So it's a bit of a quiet station in train sim world. Sophie with annual just trains route, yeah. That's the time of year to rub your hands together and get excited with glee. I mean, he's done, what is it, 2 routes set in 1980s. I'll be very happy if he could continue doing that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what the old saying goes. I know it would be quite cool to see him do a modern route for a change, but I think it would have problems with licensing and all that stuff. You never know. Could happen. But I personally prefer the older British Rail style routes. I mean, he did the Blackpool Branches route, then he extended that with a separate release. The West Coast Mainline over Shap route from Preston to Carlisle. I would love to see the route extended again. From Carlisle to... where does it go to? It's Glasgow, isn't it? Yeah. If you could do that, perfect. Or maybe have another route set in the 1980s. That's not to do with the West Coast Main Line. Or in the west of England in general. Here we are, coming up to the next station stop, Norbury. Oh, bang on there. Perfect. Couldn't have timed the braking any better. Now that is some underpass you'd have to walk under there. Blimey. You would want to be in a wheelchair going down that by yourself. You'd be absolutely rocketing down there. And there's the other platform here. God, it just goes on forever. There's the underpass there. And then out here is the station entrance. Not very inviting, is it? Even the passengers, they don't want to be involved. So maybe go and play in the traffic instead, by the looks of it. Silly sods. I think we had another train just pull up to... oh, God, better get out of the way. Yeah, another train just came in. That's going to Sutton. Right, we better get a shift on, otherwise will cause congestion. The next stop is Streatham Common. It's just under a mile away. Now, I did have some biscuits, but I forgot to get them out the tin for the stream. Oh well, never mind. I will have to starve. Coming in a little bit hot here. Ooh, stop. Mistimed that one badly. Oh dear. We've got a train coming in now to Streatham Common. There's another train just on the flyover there, up ahead. Where's that one trundling off to? Out of the map, obviously. Will it say where it's going to if it was in real life? No, it just says Portal. That's also going to a portal somewhere. Once again, these platforms here are completely abandoned. No service stops at these platforms in Train Sim World. Just platforms 1 and 2. Unfortunately. The next stop is Balham. It's just under 2 miles away. Oh, hello. There's a Gatwick Express. Having a little race. That will obviously carry on to Victoria. No, Clapham Junction, no, Victoria. We have to stop at Balham. Oh, and there's the Heathrow Express liveried variant that managed to download. Pretend the Heathrow livery isn't there. Pretend it's red. Never mind. I downloaded it just in case when we get the Heathrow Express 387s it's not correctly liveried. That's the right way of saying it. Because I think the Heathrow Express is unlicensed. GWR thankfully now is again, which is good. I can't wait for that, honestly. Talk about keeping us on tenterhooks. I'm desperate to know when that comes out. Desperate. I mean, we barely had any news in throughout the year. Then what was it? Last month before, yeah, they released a whole stat load of in progress shots of it being constructed, and yeah. I just hope they're not holding it back on purpose so it gets stuck in the next Train Sim World game for people that, you know, maybe don't want to purchase the next version of Train Sim World. I fear that may happen. I hope I am proven wrong. Okay, so here we are at Balham.
Please remain behind the yellow line at all times. Trains pass through this station.
Once again, these platforms are empty and abandoned, so these passengers can wait on the station, platforms 3 and 4, as long as they want. No train will ever stop there. That's the overground, I think, to take care of. Would be good though, wouldn't it, if we could have the free, what is it, the overground trains that are now in Train Sim World. Not the 710s, was it? The other ones. I forgot what they're called. Is it, what are they called? Is it 377s? I don't know what they're called, to be honest with you. I haven't got the route, so I don't know. It would be cool to have them chugging up and down, you know, and then serving the platforms that you wouldn't serve with Southern or Gatwick Express trains. But then again, it comes back to my point, you know, of having the balance between, you know, a lot of timetabled services and having a route that runs smoothish with, you know, over 1,000 odd services. Never know. 10 years' time. Might see him be chugging around on the Brighton main line. Never know. Never know. The next station stop is Wandsworth Common. It's just over 500 yards away. Right, let's time this one right this time. I think we have to stop at the end of the platform. It's hard to see the stopping signs. Some of them are not there at all. Okay, welcome to Wandsworth Common. Bit of foliage there, it's okay. Could be better, could be worse. Oh, I like this station, I forgot about the good old station structure.
This station operates a no-smoking policy. This includes e-cigarettes.
Okay, let's lock the doors and get going. The next station is Clapham Junction. It's just under 1.5 miles away. How long's the stream been going on for? Oh, only an hour and 13 minutes. It's not too bad. I don't have to wait until, nearly midnight tonight because Mum's out and about working, so I've got to wait for her to come in, so it's okay by me. I wonder if someone's actually completed every single service on the London Commuter. That'll be some achievement. There's a Heathrow Express again. Ignore it. You do get the occasional freight service that terminates at Clapham Junction in Trade Sim World. They range from aggregate, what else? Intermodal, and also I think one service you have to haul 5 Class 66s down the Brighton main line, which is pretty cool. Here we are at Clapham Junction again. So yeah, the freight trains will normally park up here on these platforms and then chuck off out of the map down there. Are they solar panels? Or are they just meant to be that shiny? Jeez. They look like solar panels, don't they? Oh yeah, you do have some services stop here. Going to East Croydon. That's southern, isn't it? Yeah. And you got this one going to Milton Keynes, Sutton again. What else? London Victoria, that must be us. Littlehampton. What else? London Victoria. None on these platforms. And the rest, has this one got any services? No. All the rest are empty. The second to last stop is Battersea Park. It's just under 1.5 miles away. think the mastery scenery tile for Battersea Park and stuff, it lit up, I think, in what was it, rainbow colours, I think, to celebrate, was it Pride Month or whatever it is. Or it might be just be a bunch of lights, maybe, I don't know, signalling that the station is finished, up being transformed into a housing and development precinct. There's the power station. Level 7 train. Ooh, stop. We opened our doors practically at the same time there. Here we are, welcome to Battersea Park. So you've got platforms 2, 3 and I presume platform 5 in use. Platform 2 is out of action. Obviously platform 1 really is out of action. It's empty and abandoned. Rails ripped up. Wooden platform surfaces. I think you can actually access this platform despite it being empty and abandoned. I think that's courtesy of the walkway. Why you'd want to walk to platform 1, I really have no idea. Unless you want to get the very rare amount of services that stop at platform 2 at Battersea Park. Just wait until we can depart and head to our final station stop. The next and the final stop is London Victoria. Exactly 1 mile away. We have to cross the River Thames in the process. See if we can spot it. Crossing the river, which would be now. Time to get on the brakes. We have to stop at a red signal. Have to wait a little while until we've been given clearance to head into platform 11. Get as close as I can to the signal without running through the red light. just have to stop here and wait. It's quite cool at the moment, isn't it? It hasn't hot weather hasn't returned with a vengeance as much as I thought. It's rather cool in the evenings. The rain is welcome though. Much needed for the garden. Southeastern service heading into Victoria. You have the depot over here at Victoria. Weirdly, you can't operate any services in or out of the depot. I don't think any trains actually go there even as AI, so a bit peculiar, but there is one just sitting in the depot. And down there is Victoria. Better get back in the cab. Frame rates are starting to struggle. Must be a load of trains, absolute stack loads are probably at Victoria now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Wow. Maybe 13, maybe still 12, because the train's just passing us now, departing Victoria. We're going a bit too fast. Slow down. And here we are at London Victoria. So Gatwick Express train there. And here we are, Journey's End. Oh dear. We've suddenly spawned outside of Victoria. Oh dear. What's that? A station building. The exterior of it, at least, I can tell. Not sure. We're somewhere. Well, there we are. That concludes that journey. Stopped at Thornton Heath, Norbury, Stretton Common, Balham, Wandsworth Common, Clapham Junction, Battersea Park, and terminated at London Victoria. Alright, I think I'll get on the 387 and do a run. No banana craft again this week. Haven't seen that user pop up in a fair old while. Rail journeys, London Commuter. She exhibit London Victoria to Brighton, Brighton to London Victoria. What have we got here? Brighton to London Victoria, Brighton to London Victoria. Any going from Gatwick Airport at all? Let's try this one. Capital to coast. Nope. Ah, that's a Gatwick Express service from. Oh no, I read that incorrectly. Oh well, we'll have to just pick one. Gatwick. Have one in the afternoon, I think. Slavoswell Depot. Nope. Gatwick Airport to London Victoria. That sounds good to me. Let's fire it up. Eight coach train, of course, 387s. That was a slam. Blimey. Took the brakes off by an accident. And the GSMR radios are not functional on the 387s or the 377s.
TPWS and AWS operational.
It's a nice little warm glow in this cab. Very comforting indeed. Here we are. Welcome to Gatwick Airport, one of the busiest stations in the country. There's a plane there departing Gatwick Airport, or arriving at Gatwick Airport. You can see the British Rail logo directly on the roof of the station. It's a nice touch. And there's Gatwick Airport over there. Planes taking off, planes arriving, planes flying all over the place. My uncle Richard, he loves plane spotting. He lives near Heathrow in Maidenhead, or just near Maidenhead, and he always likes to go outside, sit out in his garden and look up at the sky and see the planes, and then track them on his little app he's got on his iPad. Bless him. Well, we're going the wrong direction, aren't we? We're going to Battersea Park. Oopsie daisy. Must have picked the wrong one there. My bad. Back to the menu we go again. Jesus. Apologies there. That was a waste of time. Let me backtrack. Three 387. Do they not do Gatwick to Brighton? Is it just Victoria to Gatwick? Oh right, my mistake. I didn't know that. Oh, well, I've got no choice then. I've got to do a service to the to Brighton then. Oh, I didn't know that. I'll do one in the afternoon again. I'll do that one. Nope. Wait. Calm yourself, game. Calm yourself. Right. This time, we'll do it right. Good thing I didn't figure out where I was going halfway into the journey. That would have been a whole heap of time wasted. I would like to stream the Long Island Railroad Commuter, but every time I try and stream it, the game crashes. It does not like me streaming on the Long Island Railroad Commuter for some bizarre reason. In share again.
TPWS and AWS operational.
How busy is it at Victoria this time? A few less trains. "12 trains. I'm looking forward to... that was a slam. Everything okay back there? Gives us a good opportunity to have a look at the interior quickly. So you got the Gatwick Express, branded seats here. First class. Got the luggage racks here. And then the rest is standard class. Some passengers on board, like the maquettes. Textures on the seats look pretty crisp, pretty clear. You got their PIS displays working in the train. Right, let's get going. Rock and roll, shimmer and shake.
The baggage will be removed and may be destroyed by security services.
Tail lights are on at the back, that is good. Sometimes a train isn't set up correctly, whereby you set the lights up, but the tail lights fail to turn on at the back of the train, even though you've flicked the switch. So the first station stop is Gatwick Airport, which is 23 miles away. I think it's just 2 stops here, Gatwick and then Brighton. So we should be there in a reasonably quick time. Less than an hour, hopefully. Providing there's no congestion. Or too much congestion getting out of London and then into Brighton and Gatwick. crossing the River Thames, or just crossed it, I should say. Speed limit will increase to 60 miles per hour. We'll be flying through Clapham Junction. I thought this Gatwick Express service to stop at Clapham Junction. I was mistaken. And we don't also stop at Clapham Junction. HST right there? What's that doing there? Never knew the HSTs run around here. It's a bit bizarre. Where's that going? I have no idea. I can hear a 66 as well, for good measure. Fair few trains different trains knocking around Clapham. We've got 21 miles to go to Gatwick Airport. Speed limit is about to increase to 70 miles per hour. Got a red signal coming up shortly. Maybe not. It's just changed. In terms of the Brighton main line itself, you get a fair few scenarios. I think it's 50 to 55 miles in length. Can't remember if it comes with a excuse me, a manual of any kind. I'll have to look that up. Let's have a peek. London Commuter. Train Sim World. There it is. It's priced at $24.99. Not a bad price, actually. It is indeed 50 miles. And it has 5 scenarios and 2 tutorials. Is there a manual? There is not. No manual at all, interestingly. You'd think there would be. William, does TSW have Eurostar? No, unfortunately not. It does not have Eurostar. I don't think Dovetail ever has had the Eurostar license. Apparently Eurostar can be quite strict and picky when it comes to licenses. It's never been featured in Train Sim Classic, and so far it has not been portrayed in Train Sim World. If Eurostar was to feature, it would be a little bit curious, I would say, as to where you'd start and end a route with the Eurostar. It's possible to do London to Paris because that is just way too long. Same goes from London to Lille, Europe, which I think is a station that the Eurostar stops at. I mean, it would be cool, to, go under the Channel Tunnel and everything, but it's a little bit boring, being at... I'm not sure what the speeds are in the Channel Tunnel, but, you're looking at 26 miles of just staring in the dark, which, isn't the most enthralling, let's say. I would very like to see maybe the Eurostar portrayed in its early 1990s, late 1990s time when they ran Class 373s from London Waterloo, maybe to, I don't know, somewhere in the Channel Tunnel, maybe, I don't know, near the Channel Tunnel. Granted, you won't be able to get anywhere near its maximum operating speed, but, it'd be just really nostalgic, I think, and quite cool. Who knows, maybe one day we might have Eurostar. You never know. Aboard artificial intelligence. I don't know if you're real or if you're a bot. I will see if you reply in a human-like manner. Right, we're just about to come through Clapham Junction with 16 miles to go to Gatwick Airport. For time travel future. Okay. I'm not sure if you're Doctor Who. I don't think you were given the keys to the TARDIS, so yeah. Be lovely to know what the future holds, but yeah, nobody knows. 23 months ago. Okay. What happened 23 months ago? Speed limit will increase to so far the fastest speed limit 90 miles per hour. iOS 26. I'm pretty sure iOS 26 is what are we on now? iOS 18. So yeah, I don't think we'll be on iOS 26 anytime soon. And certainly iOS 26 didn't exist 23 months ago. I know Apple did a press conference today showcasing some of their newer software developments on their various products, but I don't think it's iOS 26. William, that's true. I remember the first engine Eurostar used beautiful looking locomotives. The current ones are not so nice. Yeah, I do like the first generation units they used for the Eurostar 373s. You can see one and interact with it. Get up close and well, touch it, I suppose. You shouldn't really, but get up close and really understand the history and the mechanics of a Class 373 in Eurostar colours at the National Railway Museum in York. There's a video on YouTube called Curator with a Camera, conducted by the National Railway Museum, and that goes through all the insights into a Class 373 Eurostar multiple unit. I watched it, and it's fascinating. I think this A-board account is a bot, so that is now gone. Even the Eurostar 373 at the National Railway Museum is in the original Eurostar colours. It's never been, repainted to make it look, fresh and cool and clean. It's original paintwork. I think it was actually based at the North Pole depot in North London. I do like the original Eurostars, not just because of their looks, but the sounds they make as well. Really cool sounds. Oh, love the sound of them. Never been on the Eurostar, but if I was to go on the Eurostar, either to Disneyland, even though I'm not a big fan of Disneyland, I would try and get on an original 373 as much as possible. I think Eurostar run a very small cluster of 373s. But and even rarer some sets in the original Eurostar colours, but yeah, I don't like the newer Eurostars. They may be more faster and efficient and technologically advanced, but you can't beat the originals. And actually the 373s were dual voltage. They could operate on the third rail as well as the overhead electric lines, whereas with the newer Eurostar sets I think they can only operate via the overhead wires. We got just under 10 miles to go to Gatwick Airport. Yeah, no problem, William. Strongly recommend you take a look at it. I think it's like 18-20 minutes long, so it's not the longest video in the world. But yeah, brilliant insight. An engineer goes on board the cab, and explains the setup procedure. Really, really cool. I think there's even like a 373 Eurostar simulator at the National Railway Museum. I don't think you can actually go inside the cab of the real Eurostar at the National Railway Museum, because you don't want children messing around with switches and buttons and probably breaking it. But you can, get really up close to it, take pictures of it. And I'm sure there's a load of information boards and stuff like that, and curators able to explain what they were like operating on to Paris, Brussels, and through London. But if you do take a look at the National Railway Museum's page, check out their series, Curator of a Camera. Brilliant series, really going in depth with the various pieces of rolling stock they have in the National Railway Museum's collection, ranging from the very first steam locomotive, modern machines, diesel locomotives from British Rail's past, various steam locomotives. Really, really brilliant pieces of mini documentaries, and they're free to watch. Nothing wrong with that. Saves you taking up a trip to the National Railway Museum if it's too far. It certainly is for me. I think it's like 3 or 4 hours. Because for me, I'd have to get into Paddington, go through the bonfire of commuting through central London to King's Cross, and then take a high-speed train from King's Cross to Doncaster. How long has this been going on for? Just under 2 hours. Let's pick up the speed. Got 4 miles to go to Gatwick Airport. Okay, we're on the final approach to Gatwick Airport, just under a mile to go. See a plane landing in the distance there. It's ironic that, you forget that Dovetail introduced those licensed, Eurobus planes and Airbus planes or whatever they're called into a train sim world. Yet they've only been implemented on, free routes, the West Coast Main Line South, I think the San Bernardino line in California, and the King's Octalban, which is where you see them the most. And they haven't been seen again since. What a waste of time. Instead of worrying about fixing things and all that stuff, they chose to plonk in some licensed aircraft, which most of the time you couldn't even see. Because they're so dinky in the sky. Unless they're at Brighton, which they're not. Gatwick Airport, I should say. Here we are, pulling into Gatwick Airport. Stop the right on the marks there. Very good. What am I doing? Okay, welcome to Gatwick. There's a plane coming into land there. There's one that's terminated. That will be going back up to Victoria. These platforms serve services to Brighton. And vice versa. Victoria one side, Southampton Central on the other. And Gatwick Airport, and just the one service out of Victoria on platform 1. You'd have the Thameslink services stopping here as well on platform 1 if it was coming from Horsham or maybe Littlehampton as well.
Station for your personal safety and security.
So yeah, we just sit and wait for the moment. Which train will depart first, the one on the right, or one in the middle, or the one that's just arrived at Gatwick. I hope I depart first. Not as busy passenger-wise as I thought, but then again, we're not quite at the afternoon rush hour time just yet. It's fairly quiet. Got some flowers here on the platform. A loud plane coming in. Interestingly, there's only animations of planes coming in to Gatwick, not withdrawing from Gatwick, which is interesting. Drat, that train on the left first.
Please remain behind the yellow line at all times. Trains pass through the station at high speed and can cause turbulence.
The next and final stop is Brighton, 22 miles away. Just want to check the top of the train. It's the pantographs have been modelled. And the pantograph has indeed been modelled in Train Sim World. I thought Dovetail might have, cut a corner by not implementing them. William, I do Gatwick. It is, but that's the premium I suppose you get for travelling fast, to Victoria and Paddington. I don't know how much the Heathrow Express and the Gatwick Express cost. I think it's like probably more than £25, maybe at a guess. But yeah, it is pretty much premium prices for travelling quicker into the centre of London, or to Heathrow or Gatwick. Obviously, with Southern, you could do slower services to Gatwick, which would be cheaper but take longer. Same with the Elizabeth line and the occasional GWR service. I don't know why I said GWR. They don't do services to Heathrow, do they? Used to be Heathrow Connect services, which was replaced by the Elizabeth line. William, on London and Gatwick, just take a Clapham Junction service, yeah. Oh, you live in southwest London. Ah, right. Yeah, my mum comes from West London, from Ealing. That's why I've got a bit of the London accent. My mum lived in London pretty much most of her life, really. Until I was born. And we moved to Reading. I was born in Reading at that time. So my mum had already moved to Reading, I should say. Right, into the tunnel. The speed limit has increased to 90 miles per hour, the maximum permitted speed on this route. What station was that we just passed? That was Balcombe. Nothing stops there. Interesting. Quite surprised by that. I'll have to check that station out on the maps. What serves that station then? Yeah, Thameslink and Southern to a degree. Surprised. Got 15 miles to go to our final stop, Brighton. Crossing the viaduct. Overlooking, I imagine in real life would be some lovely green scenery. Not quite the same in Trade Sim World. When I finish this stream, I'll definitely have a little snack. Feeling rather peckish. Got some little Kinder chocolates, I might have some of them. Or some biscuits. Or both. Went past, is that Preston Park? Oh no, Haywards Heath, sorry. There's a few, there's one wagon there in the siding. Just the one. I like the depot whistle you get, and the little bell. Sounds better than the horn. And there's the whistle. Barely hear it. That's when you'd use it in the depot. Or when taking a train out of stock, out of service. Either to the depot at Brighton or where else would you take this 387 out of service? Couldn't be at Selhurst, could it? Maybe Three Bridges or Gatwick? Not sure. "10 miles to go to Brighton." Need for Speed. Love it when you see a train just thundering through the platform at high speed. Obviously don't go near him, obviously. Stand well clear from the platform edge. But yeah, if the roadmap gets published this Thursday, then I'll definitely try to bring a video out on the channel as quick as possible. I'm very intrigued to see what will be next in the pipeline for Train Sim World. Hopefully it's the Class 86-2. I really want to get my hands on that. And I'm quite keen to see if any progress has been made, not only on Great Western Express Remastered, but the Manchester Airport commuter as well. That's being made by Alan Thompson Simulation. Especially now that hopefully that Thomas the Tank rubbish is gone and out of the way now. You know, they released that ridiculous 80th anniversary pack. You know, it's basically a reskin of the main character, of the main protagonist of the story mode, or whatever it's called, Thomas, and yeah, just sold for an extra £8. I hate the fact they didn't even put it on the roadmap. They probably didn't dare want to do that in case you know, more uproar would be created by some, you know, the Train Sim World community. Rightly so. The game's not designed for fictional characters and stories. Never was in the first place. And hopefully never will be. Hopefully that's the end of Thomas's Dovetail's little adventure with Thomas and the Mattel organisation that own the rights to the Thomas brand. No more. If you want to experience Thomas the Tank Engine, easy. Just buy, I don't know, the complete box set of programs from, what is it, Season 1 to Season 7, or Series 1 to Series 7. I'll have you covered. You probably get it on Blu-ray for much cheaper than having to pay for Train Sim 15, the West Somerset Railway, and the two respective Thomas story add-on things. Easy. Or get the Reverend W. Aldrey's collection of books. I have them. I used to read them a lot as a child. They're downstairs on the bookcase. We've got just over 3.5 miles to go to our next and final stop. I'm very much struggling a little bit here. Getting closer to Brighton, which means the speed limits will decrease. Sadly. We're due in just under 10 minutes, so should make it with time to spare. Might be a significant drop off in speed soon because the speed limit will change to 40 miles per hour instead of 75. So I'll just let the train cruise for a little bit more. Bugger, we got a red signal just after the 40 mile per hour speed limit. That's not what I was expecting. Well, then again, at the same time, kind of was. Since we need to kill some time, sadly. Right, we just went past through Preston Park. Right, let's reduce speed now. Getting very close to Brighton now. Effectively in Brighton. You have the East Coastway services that I operated last week. Going to the likes of Seaford and Lewis and beyond. Drat, we have to wait for such a long period of time. On the brakes we go. Okay, so we'll just have to hang tight until we're given clearance to proceed into the platform. We do have a train that's sitting where we need to be. That departs at 15:01, so hopefully not too long. Unless it's broken. Should depart any second now. There's a 387 there, and the couple of 387s that are the depot here in Brighton, ready to commence their evening duties. Not ready to go yet. That one is though. That's going to Lewis. Right, let's get in the free cam, see what's going on in Brighton station, that is. There's the train going to Lewis. I saw once a GWR service mysteriously appear at one of the platforms at Brighton. Not sure whether that was by accident or not. We've got I think that's a 313 having a glitchy moment. That's not ready for service just yet. We got an 08 sitting here. No, an 09 actually, from the West Somerset Railway of all things. And that's just left. And how many trains have we got? Just two, three actually. That's just arrived at Brighton. That's about to depart, which needs to be soon, because I need to get a shift on. There we go. Speak of the devil. And then over here is another 313 out of service and ready to go to Hove. Okay, we can finally proceed to Brighton Station. Platform 4. That's where the stream and service will terminate for today. The next stream, like I said at the beginning, will take place on next Monday, the 16th of June 2025. The route will be on will be one of my favourite modern UK routes in Train Sim World, Southeastern High Speed. That'll be fun. Haven't been on that for a fair old while. Oh, seriously? We're not close enough? Wow. Really wants me to get close to the buffers. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Journey's end. Arrival at Brighton. There's a few more passengers here. Don't know why the free cams are freaking out there.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap.
And lock for doors. And there we are. That concludes the service. Went from London Victoria, stopping at Gatwick Airport, and finally terminated at Brighton. And there we are. That concludes this stream on the London Commuter. If you'd enjoyed it, feel free to hit the thumbs up button below. And if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, then I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Once again, thank you very much for watching.